Hello, this is Pastor John of Crossway Multinational Church, and this is now episode 33 of our Crosslight podcast. Today, the idea is that God is working. In John 5, Jesus was in a conflict with religious leaders because he was working on the Sabbath, a day that they thought shouldn't have work on it. And so in John 5, 16 and 17, we read, "So because Jesus was doing these things, these healings on the Sabbath, the Jewish leaders began to persecute him. In his defense, Jesus said to them, 'My Father is always at his work to this very day, and I too am working.'" And I'm intrigued that Jesus said, "My Father is always at work to this very day." It included every day of the week, but it also included every week of the year and every year in the history of the earth. God the Father is always working, and Jesus said, "I too am always working." And perhaps there was a way that the religious leaders didn't see that work, weren't aware of that work. And I realize that's true for me. And so this past Sunday, we had a lunch gathering meeting with the ministry leaders and life group leaders. And one of the things that was wonderful to hear is how God is at work. God is always working. I'm so thankful for the ways to hear in small groups and ministry teams how God is working in people's lives, in our community, to bring encouragement, to bring change, to bring joy in following him. God is working. And it's wonderful to hear the reports and wonderful to know that this is happening among us, even as it's happening around the world. And so my conviction is that God is working, and I'm growing in that. I'm praying for that conviction. This Sunday, we have a special event of our conversation about faith and science, and we're inviting people who aren't connected with church at all to come. And so my conviction is that God is working in the lives of people we invite, people that we decide, this is somebody that I think could find value in this, would find it interesting, and I would love to have them come. And I'm convinced that as these people come to mind, behind the scenes, God is working. Maybe we've had conversations with people over time. Maybe we haven't, but God is always working. And the God who wants all people to be saved is clearly working in the lives of people. And so as somebody comes to mind and we choose and we pray, I'm convinced God is working. I don't know what that work specifically looks like at this point in time. So I don't know if people we invite will come, but I'm convinced that not only is God already working in the lives of people we invite, God is working through the invitation. So when we take the initiative to take an invitation and say, would you be interested in this? And there's no pressure. It's just an offer. Would you be interested in a conversation about faith and science? And over a light lunch and good community together. And so God will work even in the invitation. And I'm convinced that when we invite, some people will come. And what a delight that will be. God is always at work to this very day, and we join that work. And so this week and in our Thursday morning time of prayer, want to pray. We want to pray for the conversation, that God would be at work then. We want to pray for good interaction, for ways to care for each other, to build us up and together rather than tearing us down and apart. That we'd continue to learn what it is to have good conversations together, even when we see things differently. So we want to pray for Sunday's conversation, and we want to pray for our next conversation. And right now, my plan is to do one looking at faith and art. Sometimes there feels like there's an antagonistic relationship between art and some churches, some Christian churches, especially some evangelical churches that seem to be uncertain about art. And we want to think about what is the relationship between art and faith, and how we engage in this beautiful way of interacting and communicating in the world. So we join together to pray, and we rejoice that God is always at work, even to this very day.